This is really like my first video um in nature. Like I want to take more and I am going to take more videos in nature. Um but it's a beautiful day. Like I really don't come to the city. I stay in the country and that's not an excuse, but like there's not really parks like where I'm located at, I guess, in a sense. It is. I'm not going to make no excuse, but I am going to try to take more videos outside. I know a lot of my videos are like inside a lot, but yeah, this is a nice little setup and park wise. Um, you know, the beauty in nature is a wonderful thing. You know, we could really look at nature and see ourselves in the water. Water was actually the first mirrors on the planet. Like I know I read a story about Yamin Ya, and she looked in the water and seen herself and said, "I thought I was the only beautiful person in the world," and she was looking at her own reflection, you know. And so yeah, water was like the first mirrors and stuff that gave us the ability to see ourselves. Because I always wondered, like, what would life be like if we didn't know what we each all look like? If we only had the perspective of how other people viewed us, you know. Yeah, there would be a such thing as artwork and things like of that nature. Artists who would draw pictures of us in that nature. It would be something like that. But at the end of the day, we would have to rely on perspectives because even the artist may get uh, um, a tad bit of what we look like incorrect. And that's just the actual features. Like the real us, like I always say, is literally the real us is literally the person inside. Like, but speaking on the image, that's what beauty is. But we look at how beautiful and the colors, like the dandelions, the different flowers, the yellows, the blues, the trees, and how the trees have a community themselves of different trees. Like it talks about how trees through their soil relate to each other and warn each other if danger is around. You know, trees are magnificent. I have a tree by my house which I give different foods and stuff. I want to get some grass seeds um, eventually, and I like doing that. When I stayed in Ames, I had actually um, went and spread grass seeds at this lake that I really like being around and stuff. The lake is where I met a spirit. The spirit used to talk to me at this lake. I haven't been there since, but it wasn't a lake; it was a river, and I believe it was Oshun talked to me about simplicity of life. You know, but it say Caribbean people tend to be close with rivers and waters and stuff. So it made sense because I'm half Cuban and some of my other heritage, a lot of my other heritage, a big chunk goes to Belize. And some of my great grandfather is from Belize City, Belize. Um, so yeah, nature is one of those things that I always enjoyed. When I was a youth, I would just come outside and just be outside and you know, all day long. Wouldn't even come inside to eat. Like I have backpedaled from that type of lifestyle, but I love to be outside still, and I want to pedal forward with that type of lifestyle a little bit more than like I truly I truly have. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, beauty in nature, seeing the simplicity of nature when you see the animals run around and they're like playful. They wake up, the birds are chirping, they're happy, they're talking to everyone, the community, hi, 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 beep, 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 beep. You know, when you hear the birds chirp, it's a beautiful thing, you know. But so yeah, the beauty in nature can really show you and express to you different things on how your life is. Like people say they go into nature and they calm down. They feel a sense of calmness in their selves, a sense of relaxation when they're like in a stressful situation. People say they feel like they're able to relax. You know, I feel the same way, and what you have to understand is where does that relaxation come from? When people say that they feel relaxed, where does that relaxation come from? Um, I believe it comes from the surroundness of trees, like because like if if we were in like say like a setting like New York where it's a bunch of buildings and we were just surrounded by buildings, with will we still feel that calmness? Maybe, maybe not. But I feel like the trees play a good part in the calmness that people are referring to, as far as being in a place, being in a place where they are relaxed in nature. You know, one thing about it is the stillness too. Being in nature, it promotes the stillness, and being still is one of those things that I learned to understand. Stillness is powerful. Stillness, we are able to understand so much. You know, it don't have to be necessarily quiet, but in stillness, we are able to understand so much and understand and comprehend what what nature is trying to speak to us. Because there are different spirits that are roaming around us. Lots of them. Lots of spirits that roam around us. Excuse me, I just ate Subway. Lots of spirits that roam around us, and through stillness, we're able to hear them. We're able to communicate with them. We're able to pick up on their energies. You know, like that's one thing I like about nature is you get out here in the world. Like I don't really know. Like I'm not gonna say spirits can't come in people's houses. I don't really know. Like I seen spirits in my house before, so I don't think it's like a boundary thing or where they can't come in those places. I don't really understand that fully because like I don't think things are off limits, but I can't really speak on that. But I say spirits are definitely outside, and they are in people's houses around. Like when I uh astro traveled not that long ago, it was a lady in my kitchen, and I talked to her for a little bit. Um, but I think she just is there because I used to see her before I astro traveled. I would see glints of her, like flashes of lightning, when I was in my kitchen. So like I think spirits like they hang out in comfortable settings. Like maybe that was her house, maybe that's where she stayed, or maybe she was just drifted off into that type of energy. Um, as far as that goes. But yeah, I remember in my 20s, I used to say the spirit of the world, like the air. Like I used to imagine the wind speaking, and see the wind in Caribbean religion is referred to as Oya, you know, Oya, you know, and I believe that it is a spirit of the wind, like the wind can talk, you know. Only reason why I said Oshun Minor was the one who talked to me at the river was because Oshun is the element of the river, but the wind blowing, oh yeah, it could have been like, I truly don't know, because it never told me his name. It just was speaking to me, but it was giving me guidance, you know. And yeah, so yeah, I like to come out here and just enjoy different scenery and stuff. um get some sunlight. I literally be inside the house if I'm not at work, like recently, because my fiance had got into a little bit of trouble. If I wasn't at my job, then I would be inside the house. And so I really appreciate this time to be outside, I really appreciate it, to get some sunlight, to feel fresh air. It's really a blessing. Like, it's a blessing, and it's more than a word of appreciation that I'm feeling right now. So yeah, but yeah, like, when dealing with beauty, like, you look at these different trees, okay? Look at these different trees and see that they all are different. They all are unique. They all serve a purpose. They all are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's not just trees with the leaves. Oh, this tree has white and green leaves, or this tree has light green leaves. They're all beautiful in a sense, everything is beautiful. And like, I remember stepping on the ground, and even the earth itself has a spirit to it, you know. And just being in touch, like, I appreciate this um area allowing me to be here. I'm appreciative of it, you know. But yeah, beauty is one of those things. It really is in the eye of the beholder. Like, but honestly, beauty starts and resonates with you first. Understand that you are beautiful, and then you could be open to other people's opinionated, in a sense, but always know that through all opinions and everything, you are the beautiful one. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna end this video with that and just say, everybody, if it's possible, like, get out, get some sun, get some fresh air. It's really rejuvenating, and just allow yourself to be in nature and dance with nature. Okay, you guys, love you.